But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much of him, they will ask the more. Luke 12:48. Merriam-Webster defines more as a greater quantity, and that's exactly what I wanted, to add more to my family of two. I dreamed of motherhood adding more to my life, more love to share, blissful walks, nurturing lullabies, and my own personal baby to love. What an exciting journey to embark on with the love of my life. My hubby and I met at the tender age of 16 and became instant sweethearts. From exploring first kisses, prom dates, high school, college graduation, to the ultimate proposal of marriage. We knew we were on the path to our personal more. We exceeded our parents' and grandparents' expectations of becoming first-generation college graduates. We had no backup plan, and if we didn't make it, there wouldn't be another road for us other than trying to find respectable work at the post office where my dad labored, or down at the railroad where my sweetie's dad worked. A solid foundation is what we came from, and that's what we stood on when we prayed for my journey to become a mother. The journey proved to be a long one for me. I am a strong believer in the power of faith, and after 2 years of praying, often with the help of prayer warriors and the ultimate laying on of hands by preachers, we still couldn't conceive. Our friends and family offered their support and often said that even though we didn't have a baby, we still had more than most. And although we had our married parents and grandparents to guide us, they never talked about the struggle of infertility. It became tough for us to strive towards completing our family when we had love, marriage, and still no baby carriage. My smile became void of true joy as I endured the painstaking journey of visiting a fertility specialist. I cringed each time I heard well-meaning friends sharing their advice and that these things come naturally and God is in control. Eventually it happened. I became pregnant and once again began to enjoy having more added to my life. I gained more advice, love, and attention than I'd had since my wedding day. I heard the hearty tales of childbirth and gained the wisdom from old wives' tales on everything from how to mold the shape of my baby's head to remedies on how to have my own first poop in order to be discharged from the hospital. I stocked up on what to expect when expecting books and tracked every online medical site available for pregnancy tidbits. I obediently followed my OBGYN's advice as the Holy Grail. After going through a long delivery and experiencing a C-section, my 8-pound miracle girl joined us. I knew that I could handle anything. I prayed and thanked God for my blessing. And then the much required part began. I began to require more. A few days after being home, I began to worry about taking my daughter to her first appointment with the pediatrician. Would the car seat work if we were in an accident? Was she healthy, or would she be diagnosed with a rare disease? By the time we arrived to the appointment, I was a wreck. Thankfully, the doctor was alert, and after giving my daughter a clean bill of health, inquired about my well-being. A quick conversation, and she was instructing me to give my OB doctor a call. My OB directed me to her office for a blood pressure check. After that test, I was immediately sent to the hospital to meet my OB in labor and delivery. I feared being hospitalized, not being able to hold my baby or breastfeed her. To whom much is given, much is required. I was monitored, diagnosed with postpartum hypertension, and sent home with a daily dose of blood pressure medication. I was alone with the baby for the first time, and I was full of fear. I couldn't change the baby without worrying that she might fall. Thoughts of sudden infant death syndrome took over. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't breastfeed or eat. Was she going to stop breathing? What would I do in a house fire? Was I a bad mother? What if the blood pressure medicine made me sick and no one could get into the house to rescue the baby? Who could take care of the baby? I stopped combing my hair and putting on makeup. I spent all my time researching how to take care of our daughter and watching her around the clock. I needed help and fast. My husband didn't know quite what to do except to call on the village, the strong family circle that had raised and prayed for us. He called my mother. He set me up for a doctor's appointment, and he called on God. I learned that my mother faced postpartum depression when she had me, and my grandmother nursed her back to health. My diagnosis, postpartum anxiety. My mother gave up on her life for months to sit with me while I watched over my daughter. She encouraged me to take my medication and to attend my counseling appointments. With medication, therapy, and prayer, I emerged stronger as a mother. I learned that I needed time for meditation and relaxation. I now have a second daughter and once again experience postpartum anxiety. The second time around, my doctor and counselor helped me to plan for the afterglow of my delivery early. We arranged for counseling in advance so that my anxiety could be managed. Much has been required for me to experience true peace and not worrying each day about the safety and future of my daughters. I have my doctor on speed dial if I ever feel overwhelmed with life, and I have accepted my personal journey to motherhood.